The more I've thought about this topic and researched the topic, it really just comes down to the fact that creating effective and healthy habits is really just becoming your true self. It's giving you the opportunity to kind of dig deep into those passions that you've always had or those dreams you've always aspired to and ask yourself, well, what's standing in between me and my goals? What's standing in between me and the life that I've always desired, the promotion that I want, the fitness goals that I'm trying to achieve? It all comes back to you. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Adulting with Angel. Today I want to start the conversation about what a habit is, how to create effective habits, and why you should be prioritizing them in your everyday life. This topic and today's video is brought to me by the inspiration behind the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, so I recommend that to you if you're interested in what I say and want a deeper meaning from the author themselves. As always, I love to share my perspective on everything that I come across in life, and today I want to share with you the best way to create the most effective habits to truly live your best life. With anything in life, labeling something good or bad never has any good psyche. You want to make sure that you look at life in a positive way, and giving something a negative or bad label tends to put us in the wrong direction. So remember, we have effective habits and ineffective habits, and those are unique to you. You want to design the habits that will be the most effective in designing your dream life. Another thing that I always like to remind you guys is that you have the power to change your life in 24 hours, 2 months, a year, 6 months. It all comes back to you. The decisions you make now set you up for the rest of your life. The good habits or the not so good habits that you create now are the things that you are going to train your body to do every day. If you don't plant the seeds now, you won't have flowers later. Same concept. So before we get into that, we probably want to ask yourself the first things, which is, Angel, what even is a habit? A habit is a behavior that has been repeated enough times that it becomes automatic. So with that being said, it is essential to create the habits that you want in your life to automate the process and make your life easier. Create and prioritize these healthy habits and work to get rid of any habit that is not benefiting the person that you wish to be now. Huge conversation is you are not obligated to be the person that you once were. You can create your life. You can go after your dreams at any point. Take the power, create some good habits, and let's change our lives together. With that being said, a habit can be broken down into a 4-step pattern to help you to create the most effective habits. When it comes to creating a habit, you're going to start with your cue. This is something that is going to be obvious and it's going to trigger your habit to begin. The second step is going to be the craving. The craving is the motivational force behind every habit. So now that we have been triggered to know that summer's coming up, now what am I going to do about it? What changes am I going to make to prepare myself for summer? So now you have your response. What is it that you're going to do? What actions are going to be different? How are you going to tackle this problem? That is your response. This is something that you want to make easy. I'm going to start going to the gym 3 times a week leading up to the summer. Now it's the time for the reward. So you go to the gym and you feel good, you look good, your body starts to tone up. Now that I know what I wanted to do, I did what I said I was going to do, now I can reap the benefits. It's pretty straightforward. So at this point, you're probably wondering, what's the incentive? I think that's the biggest hurdle that a lot of us face when trying to create effective habits is why? What is it that I'm going to do this time that's going to be different than the last 50 times that I've tried to do something different? What's going to make this time different for you? I encourage you to fall in love with the process, fall in love with the journey, and not just the destination. I think a lot of us are so used to instant gratification. We want this, we want it now, and we don't enjoy the moment. We don't enjoy the journey. I'm guilty of this. You're probably guilty of this, or you know someone who is. And something that I would like to share from my experience is once you fall in love with the actions that you're doing, once you become passionate, once you crave that change, it becomes long-term. It's more than just losing 5 pounds. It's becoming someone who's active, becoming someone who, although I work a 9 to 5 behind a desk, I'm not a sedentary person in my life outside of work. Ultimately, it's your commitment to the process that will determine your progress. You are responsible. You are the only person who has the power to change your life, and I encourage you to start now. I know a very big regret that I see.
I love Reddit pages. I love to just be nosy. I just love like the Facebook group drama. Like, I'm there.
People always regret the things they didn't do sooner. People always have regrets. We live life with so many regrets, and I encourage you to kind of tackle that. This summer, it's getting warm. Seasonal depression is kind of like lifting from our soul. Get out there and do the things you said you always wanted to do. And it doesn't have to be overnight. You can start small, but you have to start eventually. So why not start now? I want to remind you about the importance of self-reflection. And one reason that I have seen a lot of habits fail is because we don't know what we have or what we're dealing with before we start on something new. Before you can create new habits, you need to become aware of the ones that you already have. There's always a bigger picture with everything. And the best way to, trace your dreams and become your dream person is to identify the habits that you have now that are just not serving you. And that takes a lot. It takes so much self-esteem and love and determination to kind of have those genuine conversations with yourself and be like, dear self, what do I want? What's holding me back? Who's holding me back? What decisions did I maybe make the wrong one and I should have done something differently? I was very guilty of this when I graduated from graduate school. I took a job, I thought it was the job I wanted, and I hated it. It just wasn't putting me on the path to the life I wanted. And I understood that it's entry level, and entry level isn't where I want to be. I want to be it girl, corporate baddie, director, changing the world. But you have to start small. And it was really hard for me to accept the fact that even though I thought I took my dream job, it wasn't. And to put myself back out there, especially in the current job market, it was scary, but I trusted myself. And I said, you know what? The things I'm doing now are not setting me up for the person I want to become. Yes, this is a great job, it's a great experience, but it's irrelevant if it's taking me left and when I want to be going right. Remember that every action that you take is a vote that you are casting towards the person that you are ultimately going to become. With that being said, if you go to the gym every day, as a result, you will become a more athletic person. And by doing that, you are proving to yourself that by being consistent and by taking the time to move your body every day, you can become more fit. You have become more fit. You have to prove it to yourself. I see so many incredible people go through these massive changes in their lives, and it all comes down to the point is that they didn't give up and they proved to themselves it was possible to become the person they wanted to be. I want to remind you, as your big sister, your friend, that progress is not always linear and that you might not reap the benefits of what you sow until much later on. This, my friends, is what I like to call delayed gratification. It's not something I liked to hear, it's not something I like to do, but I do want to remind you that it is okay to not see progress overnight. But know that, again, the more you're consistent, the more that you do something, the more repetitive you are with your actions, the better chance you have of making this habit stick. Have this habit become automatic and allow for yourself to set yourself up for later success. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and my channel. I am so excited to be posting weekly videos again and creating a healthy habit for myself, creating a habit of showing up for myself and the goals that I've set as to become a YouTuber, to change people's lives, and that is what I'm committing to this year. So here I am. Hopefully I've inspired you to go out there and do a habit that you've always wanted to do as well. If you enjoy the content that you've seen here or have seen on my channel, please make sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave them in the description box below, or any content that you would like to see from me moving forward. As always, if you have the means, it would mean so much to me if you could donate to your local Make-A-Wish chapter, and I will see you next Sunday with another video. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.